Calculating the financial value of an enterprise is an extremely valuable exercise for any organization, for any management team. How much are we worth? Further, it's a great ongoing tool for making decisions. Calculating financial value has really changed over the past 30 to 40 years. Back then it used to be based on hard assets, machinery, equipment, inventory, buildings. Now it's shifted almost completely to softer assets, and the most important soft asset's the customer. Looking at the customer as the financial asset for an organization. Think about this conceptually. Think about a customer as a financial instrument, like a bond. From a bond, you get a flow of dividends over time until the bond expires. You calculate the value of the bond by looking at the flow of income discounted. You do a net present value. You do the same thing with the customer. You get a flow of income from each customer until that customer defects. What you need to calculate is how long they're expected to stay with you and how variable that income stream is going to be. Then you discount it, establish a net present value, sum the customers, and you got a value. Let's go through that exercise. Look at the table I have up on the screen. If you're familiar with the Loyalty Research Center, you know that we're going to break this out by loyal, neutral, and vulnerable segments, strength of relationship. Why? You can see why. The behaviors really vary dramatically. This really is going to increase the power and accuracy of your analysis. As you can see, the share of spend really is different across these segments. Profit margin in this example is different, although we don't always find that for a lot of reasons. But retention also differs significantly. So two of our three big variables really differs across this. Now let's do the math. Let's work through just the basic calculation. What we're doing for each segment is taking then in this new table the number of customers in each segment, looking at the flow of income because we know the average spend in the category, we get our share, we apply the profit margin over the duration, the expected duration or retention of the customer. That gives us a value for each segment. Look at how they really differ across this loyalty profile. Even though the loyals are only typically 30% of the customer base, they represent about 65% of the value. That's a great finding. That really gives you a lot of insight into the value of those strong relationships. For a management team, it says, how do I get more? How do I find more out there in the marketplace? How do I create more from our existing customers? Now, in our next video, we're going to look at that. You're going to be considering investments, either in going out and finding new customers and how much more you might want to spend to try to find the potential loyal customer. Second, you're going to look at investment in your own database and your own customers in terms of migrating them to stronger relationships. What impact does that have on the value of your enterprise? Look forward to talking with you in our second video.